back with another micro interview of The Next Rep. That's our new podcast name.
The Next Rep?
The Next Rep. What do you think? Live review.
The Next. I like it. I actually like it a lot.
Yeah?
Yeah. Yeah, because, I mean, you could always do something like the new PR or something like that. But
right.
I think The Next Rep is kind of cool.
And this is also a significant moment because you, Matt, by the way, joined by Matt Becker, Gym Lawyers.
Hey, guys.
That was good. We queued that up pretty good. You were the inaugural guest on the old rendition, which is still the current rendition, of the What If Insiders podcast.
Was I?
You were?
I don't think I knew that.
You were the inaugural guest,
that's
man.
So cool.
Yeah.
Thank you.
There was a transition point where we were doing webinars. And then we're like, we should probably do a podcast because we're kind of doing it already.
Right.
And you were the first edition.
I do remember we made a deal about like that one was recorded versus like doing the live webinar.
Right.
Yeah, I do remember that, but I didn't realize I was like the first one.
We weren't calling it a podcast. We were being mysterious about it. We're like, this is a webinar that's pre-recorded.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, where does a webinar stop and a podcast start? You know, like we were blurring that line.
I guess when you put it on Apple Podcasts is probably when it becomes officially a podcast.
When it becomes a podcast.
Because that's a really good question. Like, if we're doing an interview and I guess maybe when you record it, like does a webinar, is it live by nature?
We are recording it, but it's also live.
But it's also live.
Right.
So I think you call it a webinar.
Yeah, a podcastinar.
A live podcast.
There you go. There's a lot of terminology
here. Is this what we got on here to chat about? I'm not techie. I'm perhaps not the person.
But anyways, let's get to. So we talked to Vaughn earlier.
Okay.
And I want to ask you the same question that I asked Vaughn.
Okay. Should I drop some F-bombs so you feel
we can bleep. We can bleep.
So you feel like you're interviewing Vaughn again?
We're good bleepers. We have that skill. But
okay, go.
I was like, you guys have been in the muck of some situations here with affiliate owners.
Sure.
And I want to let's do a PG-13.
Oh man. Okay.
Situation.
Okay.
That you've dealt with that just you'll never forget from your operations with gym owners.
Okay. If you're a gym owner, don't sleep with your clients. That's it.
Very good. Very good. If there's one takeaway from AffiliateCon this weekend, it is that, folks. That is sound legal advice.
Don't form partnerships and don't sleep with your clients. You'll probably avoid a lot of issues.
You know, a lot of life is avoiding the obvious flaws, you know? Just like stay away from the extreme edges of things and you'll probably do all right with business and in life.
Right.
And that's one of those extreme edges.
But in all seriousness, those are like the big ones that cause gym owners like the biggest problems.
Yeah.
We probably field at least 2 partnership issue calls a week.
Right.
And you know, I've recently been quoted, and I don't know that I necessarily wanted to be quoted as the guy that was like, don't form a partnership.
Right.
But I put it on my social media, and now I've become like the guy who's like anti-partnership.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess that's fair. I am kind of anti-partnership, but I guess I'm really just more like anti-partnership if you don't know what you're doing going into the partnership. Like that's really, because it's like you're getting married to somebody and you know, what is it? 9 out of 10 marriages fail.
Right.
Well, like 9 out of 10 partnerships fail. And you just got to understand that going in and plan for it. But otherwise, sleeping with your members is always going to be a divisive thing to do.
Yes.
It is going to.
And you should not do it.
It is going to split your community. If you are in a partnership and you sleep with one of your members, it's probably going to kill your partnership, probably going to kill your marriage, and half your membership is going to leave. And we see it happen.
You know, it's funny. I think Apple in their heyday had this concept, like from like a corporate structure perspective, of the directly responsible person. And I feel like every time you have a partnership, it is now unclear as to who that directly responsible person is.
Yep.
So I feel you there. Like making that complicated is just going to continue to pay negative dividends as time goes on. What's been, so that obviously probably is something that's come up, but as you've been here at AffiliateCon this weekend, what are the questions gym owners are coming to you with? Is there a theme there?
I think a lot of what we've been fielding this weekend is expanding into new locations or second locations.
Nice.
Yeah, which kind of surprises me. Usually we just get a lot of questions at these things about like, I haven't had my waiver looked at in like 5 years. Can you help with that?
Right.
Yeah, we can. Or I need to, like, I I set up my gym 5 years ago and I've never looked at anything legal. What can we do? And it's just sort of like a big legal audit of everything they've been doing. But for some reason at this particular one this year, just this particular one, because this is the first time we've ever attended this one.
Right.
It's been a lot of like, we own the building and we own the gym. What do we need to do? We're expanding out into a second location. What do we need to do? We need to break our lease so that we can move into a larger location. What do we do? So I like those. I like those sort of more complex legal questions, and not just always like, can you redraft our waiver? I can. It's important.
Right.
But the bigger questions are usually more enjoyable to kind of get in and get my hands dirty and figure out.
You get to use new compartments of your legal tool belt.
That's right.
Like, I get to go back here now.
Yeah.
But it's got to be positive for the community, though. I'm encouraged to hear that. If people are expanding and opening up new locations, I have to imagine that that's a positive sign of the health of the space overall.
Right. Yeah, I think what we're seeing sort of like nationwide trend-wise is we saw a massive, like COVID sort of closed the fringes, right? All the gyms that weren't doing really well, weren't really healthy, they all started to close. Then we came out of COVID and things started blowing up again. Mm-hmm. But we're seeing CrossFit, High Rocks, Orange Theory, F45. It's very diluted, and it's getting diluted to the point that not everybody can continue to survive. Mm-hmm. So the old like adage of CrossFit and Greg Glassman and like the cream will rise to the top, like we're starting to see some of that, and those gyms are the ones that are thriving and expanding while the other locations are closing down. So I think it's just a trend that we're going to see where we've got larger gyms that are all doing it correctly. They're here learning how to do it correctly, and they're the ones who are surviving and expanding and moving into different locations and moving into different services and being able to expand. While the other gyms who aren't paying attention to best business practices, who aren't worried about the legal side of their business, who aren't trying to properly form things like partnerships and different relationships, they're the ones who are just going to start to close. And we're going to start to see a little decrease with those guys. So it is cool to see, like, we've been working with Best Hour for, 2 years now. Mm-hmm. And so it's fun to like come to these things and meet all these people in person. But to meet one of those gym owners that we helped set up and get started with Best Hour 2 years ago, and now to talk to them today, and they're like, yeah, we're looking at expanding, we're looking at blowing up, we're looking at doing XYZ. It is really cool. And it's cool to see that the actual work that they put in with something like this actually pays off.
Yeah, it's funny because we earlier in the weekend, I can't remember exactly which interview, but we were talking about from a programming perspective, you can't fire a cannon out of a canoe. Yeah. Right? Like there's certain things that need to be foundational to build your other components off of.
Right.
Talking to Vaughn this weekend, like you guys are the business version of that. Like making sure those foundational components are in place, and then you can expand.
Right.
Because that the foundation is strong, and you're not going to have that issue after you've already tried to grow. It'd be like, ooh, there was something we should have done a little earlier on in the process, right. Now we're dealing with it when we are at scale as opposed to when it's small and manageable. So,
right. And that's been part of our soapbox for 4 years now. Is like you need to set it right on the proper foundation.
Yep.
Because it'll cost you money up front to set the foundation right, mm-hmm. But then it's easier to grow and scale off of that foundation. Right. Versus if you do it wrong in the beginning, and then you have a problem, and then we have to reset the foundation and fix the problem, it's going to cost you a lot more.
100%.
So that's just been part of our narrative of like, set it up right, invest in it in the beginning, invest in your business mentorship, invest in the legal side of your business, invest in your insurance. And that way, God forbid there's ever a problem down the road, it's not going to cost you an arm and a leg to either avoid the problem or fix the problem.
Love that, man.
Yeah.
Well, this is the moment you've been waiting for. You came all the way to Dallas to pluck from the fishbowl.
I like Star Wars better than Star Trek. Am I good?
Good try. We're running low. I'm going to have to refresh our magic bowl here.
Did you write this?
I did.
The only reason I'm making fun is because my handwriting is horrible.
But you are a learned man. I am not. So you have no excuse, sir. We need to take some calligraphy lessons.
What's a misconception about fitness that you wish more people understood? That it has to be like, that it has to be really hard in order to actually see any benefits.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
for CrossFit, I think that you have to be in shape before you start CrossFit was always a common misconception, especially as affiliate owner. Oh,
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I made fun of your handwriting. Now I feel mean.
It's okay.
I mean to make fun of it.
I'll cry later.
Again, only because mine is so terrible. It's really not that bad. I was just like, oh yeah.
I struggle with ease. I don't know if you noticed that. I'm not particularly skilled. I can't get that little cross at the top. It just looks like a C.
No, I get it too.
Yeah.
I get it. I try to write little love notes to my wife every once in a while.
Oh, that's nice.
And thanks. I've almost given up though because she's like, I can't read this.
She's
sorry.
like,
I'm sorry, honey.
I don't know if you ever watched Always Sunny, but like, I'm just imagining it's like Charlie's writing. Love you. Next. I don't know. I've never written a love note, so I'm struggling with the words.
Yeah.
I should,
Yeah.
to myself. Perhaps I should start.
There you go.
You know.
So I've started this thing where I look in the mirror every morning and I start to like say positive things. My wife started it first and then she like convinced me to do it.
Yeah.
It is incredibly awkward to look at yourself in the mirror and say positive things about yourself. You'd think like conceptually it should be really easy.
Right.
It is so awkward. I'm waiting for it to be less awkward.
It's funny though, because like I used to do stand up, and I'm always afraid of getting too zen because then I'll lose the comedic edge.
Oh, there you go.
I gotta be like a little miserable.
That's true.
Just a little bit, you know.
That's true.
Because like once you get too zen, it's like you kind of lost the edge there.
Yeah.
So mix in a negative one.
Oh, your ear is not level, bro.
What's going on there?
But anyway, I think that's the common misconception is that it has to be hard. Like if like people just won't start because they're like, well, if I don't do it every day, I'm not going to see any benefit out of it. It's like consistency comes in a number of different ways. You can be consistent by working out 3 days a week. You're still going to see benefits from it.
I like that. I remember Stan Efferding. You ever come across him? Vertical Diet recently came. That got pretty popular. He always had the adage, leave the gym wanting more.
Yeah.
Because he'll come back.
Yeah.
Don't just leave it all out there every single time. It's not going to be a sustainable approach.
Right.
So, yeah, I like that one, man.
Very cool.
Well,
thanks, Corey.
Matt Becker, Gym Lawyers, thank you for joining us.
Thanks,
Try not to freeze.
Oh my God, I'm so cold.
You've never been so cold in Texas. This is the first time.
I need to go like run or something and just like warm up.
Hey, man, the hallway is quite extensive. I think you get a couple laps in around there.
You're probably right.
But anyhow, thanks
Always
for being here,
pleasure.
Matt. Appreciate it.
Thanks.
I don't know if I'm supposed to do that or not.
We're done.
That was a fun one, man. Thanks.